Let's begin. Number 1. Marie Curie's notebooks. In a lead-lined box in France sits a collection of notebooks that may remain dangerous for another 1,500 years. These are the research notes of Marie Curie, and they are still highly radioactive. During her work, Curie often carried radioactive materials in her pockets. At the time, scientists did not fully understand the dangers of radiation. Over the years, radioactive elements contaminated many of the objects she used every day, including her clothing, furniture, and especially her notebooks. The radiation is not coming from dust on the surface or leftover residue. It comes from within the paper itself. The material has been altered at the atomic level, making the notebooks impossible to fully clean or decontaminate. Today, they are stored in special lead-lined containers similar to those used for radioactive materials. Scientists warn that even a small amount of contaminated paper dust could be dangerous if inhaled. Some pages have become yellow and brittle over time, not simply because of age, but because radiation has slowly damaged the paper from the inside. Number 2, the demon core. The demon core was a plutonium sphere about the size of a softball that killed everyone who got too close to it. Scientists gave it the nickname the demon core. Originally, it was meant to be used as the third atomic bomb dropped on Japan, but after Japan surrendered, scientists decided to use it for experiments instead. One night, Harry Doglian was stacking blocks around the core during an experiment. He accidentally dropped one of the blocks, and that was enough. The core suddenly became active, releasing a powerful burst of radiation. He received a deadly dose and died 25 days later as radiation poisoning destroyed his body from the inside. Later, Louis Slotin believed he could handle the core more safely. He used a screwdriver to prevent it from reaching a critical state. During the experiment, the screwdriver slipped. A bright blue flash filled the room as the core briefly went critical. Slotin received a massive dose of radiation and died 9 days later. The radiation damaged virtually every cell in his body. Scientists identify this effect as Cherenkov radiation. Number 3, the elephant's foot. Deep beneath the ruins of Chernobyl lies something that looks like it came straight out of a nightmare. Scientists call it the elephant's foot, a massive, twisted lump of nuclear fuel, concrete and metal that fused together during the reactor disaster. When it first formed, the radiation levels were so extreme that spending just 5 minutes near it could be fatal. The radiation was powerful enough to damage cameras and disable robots sent to investigate it. The first photograph was taken by a man who rushed in with a camera, snapped a single picture, and immediately ran back out. For a long time, scientists had to use mirrors attached to poles just to observe it from a safe distance. Researchers finally got close enough to collect samples. They discovered that normal tools could not break through the material because it was harder than concrete. To obtain pieces for analysis, they reportedly had to fire an AK-47 at it. Even today, the elephant's foot remains highly radioactive. It gives off an eerie blue glow caused by radiation, and its surface is slowly breaking apart into radioactive dust. Scientists worry that this dust could eventually spread into the surrounding environment. Number 4, the ice mummy. Deep in the Alps, scientists discovered a 5,300-year-old frozen body that has become linked to a series of strange deaths. The man who found him later died in an avalanche. The forensic expert who examined the body was killed in a car accident. The mountaineer who helped recover the mummy also died in an avalanche. In total, 7 people connected to Ötzi have reportedly died in unusual circumstances. When scientists examined the body, they found an arrow lodged in his back and evidence of a severe head injury. Today, the mummy is preserved in a special climate-controlled freezer in a museum in Italy. The conditions must be maintained with extreme precision. If the temperature rises even slightly, ancient bacteria could become active. Number 5, the Siberian zombie diseases. Scientists have discovered something unsettling. Ancient viruses and bacteria that have been trapped in the permafrost for tens of thousands of years. Some of these microorganisms have remained frozen for nearly 48,000 years, long before the rise of human civilization. Because they have been isolated for so long, scientists worry that our immune systems may not be prepared to fight them if they are released. This concern is based on real events. In 2016, an old reindeer carcass that had been frozen in the Arctic for decades thawed during unusually warm weather. The anthrax bacteria inside it were still alive. The outbreak killed around 2,000 reindeer, infected several people, and claimed the life of one child. One of these was named Pandora virus, a reference to Pandora's box. To study these samples safely, scientists keep them in highly secure laboratories equipped with multiple layers of protection, including airlocks, sealed rooms, and specialized protective suits. The NPC is grateful you watched until the end. For more relatable NPC content, subscribe and leave a like.